All right, everyone, we are going to get started. Wow, that was great. Just on cue. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. I am Kate Brader, and I am so happy to be here for the 2021 Thoroughbred Industry Awards. I'd now like to introduce Katie LaMonica, Godolphin's Charities Director here in America.
Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to the 6th Annual Thoroughbred Industry Employee Awards Ceremony. We are excited to be back in person this year. A big thank you to our host Keeneland for this wonderful lunch and providing an afternoon of racing for our finalists. Keeneland has graciously hosted this ceremony 4 out of the past 6 years. As Godolphin's charitable coordinator in the U.S., I am challenged with finding new ways to promote positive change and support initiatives for our industry and our community. This awards program is by far the highlight of my year. The Thoroughbred Industry Employee Awards is a program created to reward and recognize the hardworking staff in the thoroughbred industry. This program, known globally as the Stud and Stable Staff Awards, began in England over 15 years ago. When the program was brought to America, we sought out key partners. The Jockey Club, TOBA, the National HBPA, and the Breeders' Cup have been key to the success of this program. Over the years, we have looked for new ways to reward and recognize more individuals. We have several new additions to the program this year. We added a new category called the Support Services category. This award recognizes individuals who work in supporting roles that are not directly hands-on with the horses, but who are nonetheless a key part of the bedrock that support our industry. I also want to announce our new category sponsors. As we look to continue for new ways to promote the award and expand our reach, we recruited category sponsors for all 7 awards. Keeneland, Churchill Downs, NYRA, the NTRA, Hallway Feeds, Haggard Equine, and I Am Horse Racing all joined the program this year, and I am excited to welcome them here today. One of the key elements of this program are the judging panels that dedicate their time each year to comb through the nominations and decide the finalists and winners in each category. It is an incredibly difficult job because every finalist here is exceptional. Despite the difficulty, the panel met yesterday and spent the day interviewing finalists and deliberating on the winners. A special thank you to Rogers Beasley, who chaired the final judging panel, along with Pat Day, Donna Brothers, Remy Balick, Mindy Coleman, David Pope, and Sue Finley. Doc Richardson was an integral part of the judging process this year. He strategically redefined the category descriptions and implemented the new Support Services Award. He led the first judging panel in August and served on the final panel last year. His time with the awards program was brief, but impactful. I am grateful for his dedication to this and the many, many wonderful causes he gave his time to improve our sport. I hope you will leave this ceremony today with a sense of pride the people in our industry have in their work, the strength of the communities within our sport, and even in the darkest of times, we are lucky to have these individuals. They are the glue that hold us together. They are the ones in the barns on Christmas morning, foaling mares in the middle of the night, ministering to a struggling worker, sleeping at the barn to care for sick horses, coming in on a day off to do a stallion contract. Whatever the need is, they fill it, no questions asked. It is my honor to recognize and celebrate these individuals today. There are so many good things happening in our industry. Yesterday was Make-A-Wish Day at Keeneland. showing the strong bond and commitment the thoroughbred industry has made to the amazing Make-A-Wish Foundation and their tremendous kids. Today, we are celebrating the hardworking staff in our industry through the TIA program. And simultaneously, this morning, there are 1,000 off-the-track thoroughbreds showcasing their athleticism and versatility at the Thoroughbred Makeover event just across town at the horse park. That is a few strong days for our industry. By no means should we become complacent, but it is important to reflect on the positives that we are making with our communities, our people, and our horses. So on that note, let's get to celebrating these remarkable finalists here today. Congratulations again to every one of you. Thank you for your passion and dedication to the sport.
Thank you so much, Katie. Well said. And the good book says we should make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and I think that is exactly what we will do. And I know, though we will be saluting some absent friends, and there will be a lot of emotions today, they would want us to do just that today as well. Much like Jill Byrne, I was born and raised in the sport, and in fact, my mother's family was very much involved in horse racing, both standardbred and thoroughbred racing, going back several generations. My father actually, in addition to training horses, operated a major horse fan company. So on many different levels in many different ways, I have seen firsthand the impact of staff and employees and teamwork and the many ways they can impact the business at the bottom line, but also people's lives in many small ways and in many major ways. And it is not an exaggeration to say that literally I wouldn't be standing before you today in the job that I have, in my livelihood and in my life. I probably wouldn't be married to the man that I'm married to or enjoy the many privileges that I enjoy with the wonderful life that I have, if not for those people along the way at every single stage that have touched my life in so many different ways. Those are the people on the backstretch, those are the people on the front side, those are the people at the farms, in the breeding sheds, those are the people that were involved in the horse fan company, the administrative people, the bookkeepers. At every level, those people touch our lives. When I was looking over the videos last night, and it was a last-minute scramble, but certainly a labor of love, so much enjoyed looking over the videos of the finalists, and I know you will enjoy them as well. You'll see so many people from so many different places and so many different walks of life. And I haven't had the opportunity to meet all of them. In fact, very few of them have I had opportunity to get to know, but the few of them that I have dealt with, I thought, boy, this one helped me when I went to get a shoot just not too long ago for TVG. Robert at Stone Street was there when we went to make a shoot, and I thought of how they went the extra mile to make sure that it was easier for us when we did our job to do a video or to do a vignette about the farm. They always go the extra mile, and they do it with a smile, and they also are people who touch our lives in ways that you often don't even stop to think about. Those people who put in the hours, they put in the time, and they generally do it without ever expecting anything in return from those people that they are doing it for. When TVG started doing a workout show more than 20 years ago, we were focusing on the horses on the racetrack in the morning in a way that most people had never seen before. And I thought, just as an afterthought, well, maybe we should mention the names of the exercise riders when they're breezing the horses, because we always mention the names of the jockeys. Well, the jockeys already got a lot of attention in the afternoon, but nobody knows the names of the exercise riders. Well, you wouldn't believe the appreciation I got from those exercise riders when I went back to the barn area the next day. That was the first time they had gotten that type of recognition. So that's what this event is really all about. expanding it beyond the exercise riders. But I am so grateful that Godolphin and all the sponsors have made this possible and that it has grown into the event that it has, because it is a wonderful opportunity to get to give that type of recognition to people who normally don't get any recognition at all, but who really have made it possible for all of us to be able to do what we do in this business that we love. So thanks to all of the finalists, to all of the people who participate in this great industry. And now it's my privilege to introduce this year's guest of honor. He'll be handing out the hardware along with all our sponsors. Hall of Fame trainer, and I don't really think he needs an introduction, but I know he likes this next little phrase. As part of that, the all-time winningest trainer, Steve Asmussen. So glad to have Steve with us here today. And I know that Steve is one of many trainers who can speak to the importance of staff and teamwork. And Steve, I'm eager to hear, because I know that many of your team members have been with you for many, many years, and that has been sort of a hallmark for your operation.
Well, thank you very much. Katie and Caton obviously said it extremely well. What an honor it is for me to be here as the guest of honor for the Godolphin Award Show, because I think I'm a great example of what teamwork and employees can do for somebody. We've been blessed with an unbelievable amount of success by the opportunity given to us by a lot of people in this audience. But for the finalists and the award winners, as well as everybody participating in horse racing at this level, the passion that they put into it, the personal sacrifices they and their family make to put the horses first, for them to be honored in a setting like this, I think says a tremendous amount. I stand here trying to come up with the right words, but there just isn't for the continuation of taking care of horses, the 7 days a week for your lifetime. You know, Caton, coming from a racing family, me being unbelievably fortunate to grow up in a racing family on a breeding farm, and it's a unique person that revers a horse in that way and puts them ahead of everything else. And I think it's a passion that is born within them. And for these people to be honored by Godolphin here is a great way for it to be acknowledged, and very proud of them and the finalists, as well as the millions of people that work with horses for us every day. But thank you very much.
All right, here we go. The first award is the Newcomer Award, which is sponsored this year by the New York Racing Association. And I absolutely love this award because it makes me feel very, very old. When you view the videos, you will see that the finalists are a varied group that have a number of different occupations, but I was so encouraged not just by the enthusiasm of the finalists, but by the fact that they bring such life to our industry and such hope. The award honors an individual who's worked in any area of thoroughbred breeding or racing for less than 5 years, but shown commitment to and ambition for a career in the thoroughbred industry, including a desire to improve and progress their skills and knowledge, and that is something all of us could strive for. The prize is $2,500 to the winner, $1,000 to their farm, division, or stable, a 5-day educational tour to Dubai as well, plus $2,000 to each runner-up and $1,000 to their farm, division, or stable. From the New York Racing Association, the sponsor of the Newcomer Award, Zach Richardson, is here today to help present the award. Zach, will you please come up and say a few words? And after that, we will have the finalists come up. And when we get to that point, if the finalists will come up to that side, we'll get a chance to meet them a little bit more. Zach?
On behalf of the entire New York Racing Association, we want to thank Godolphin and congratulations to everybody who was nominated for all the categories and to our finalists today in the newcomer category. So we look forward to everybody being here today, and thank you again from the New York Racing Association.
Now will the finalists make their way to the side of the stage, over to this side, and everyone else, please direct your attention to the monitors for the newcomer finalists with the Newcomer Award presented by the New York Racing Association.
My name is Emily Senna. I work at TaylorMade Farm. I grew up loving horses, riding once a week when I could, got some really great advisors that put me in touch with some Kentucky farms for summer internships. Started out at Jonabell, then the next summer went to Brookdale with Joe Seitz, and then upon graduation entered the Chemie internship and got placed here on TaylorMade and did not leave.
Emily's a great team member. She's been with us since last spring through the Kentucky Equine Management internship. She started out with the yearlings, went through the broodmares, worked the sales, and now she's our equine healthcare assistant. And she's been doing great ever since.
What I love most about my job is working as a team towards a goal, working together to get our mares bred, get our foals on the ground, and keep them healthy. Sales season is all about getting the yearlings prepped, getting everything ready for the sale, and sending them off.
What stands out about Emily actually runs with our core values. She's always looking for a better way without being asked. She's a jack of all trades. She's just eager to help out. She's a great team player. Can't say enough good things about her.
To be a finalist for this award just means that everything that I've looked forward to and everything that I've worked towards has been recognized, and it's going to encourage me to keep on going, keep on asking questions, and just stay as enthusiastic about this industry as I have been. It means so much to me.
I think Emily's going to be a very successful person in the horse industry, and this would be one stepping stone towards her success.
My name's Josh McLemore. I work for Keeneland. I'm an assistant starter. A couple years ago, I got out of the Marine Corps, wanted to work with horses in the racing industry, so I moved up here to Lexington, got a job walking hots, and just learned as I went.
We met in the summer of 2019 at Keeneland, and we were both hot walkers, and we worked together all summer and got close and learned more about him, and I can completely unbiasedly say he's one of the most hardworking, driven individuals I've ever met in my life.
I usually wake up around 5 in the morning, get here a little after 6, and then between 6:30 to 9:30 is when we open the gate up for horses to come up from school. Anything between babies that have never seen the gate to older horses that are just coming to stand because they got a race coming up. And we work with them, we figure out what they need, if anything at all, and then we just, take it from there.
He didn't have the most fortunate upbringing. It was kind of hard on him growing up, and he wanted to turn his life around, went in the Marine Corps, and I think that's really what defined his work ethic and moving forward with his passion to succeed.
I was not expecting it in the slightest. It's pretty cool, because I am a newcomer, and then I'm all of a sudden being recognized, which is pretty wild.
He has just a deep passion to succeed, and he has big dreams. He wants to be a trainer down the road, and he wants to win the Derby and all those big things, and that's his ultimate goal, and he just has the ultimate drive to succeed.
Well, from my experience, you don't need to know anything, and you don't need to know nobody. As long as you work hard and get up early enough, you'll make it.
My name's Olivia Dish. I work for Windstar Farm. I'm part of the bloodstocks team here, so nominations, stallion sales. Our day-to-day tasks kind of change throughout the year, but it's a lot of client relations, building and maintaining relationships, research, looking at mares, selling seasons, and then like we're doing right now, going into the sales.
We got to know Olivia in May of 2017. She came to us as an intern when she was attending UK. Through her hard work and dedication, she rose the ranks here. She dedicated herself to spending time in all the different areas of WinStar. We're a very broad organization, and she went around and learned and got experience.
I have loved getting to know people. I'm still newer to this, so getting to know people has been a lot of fun. And then I do like going to the sales, like looking at confirmation. That's always been something that I've loved.
Passion for horses can't be manufactured. And Olivia's drive to want to succeed, Olivia's drive to want to be involved and to go the extra mile really speaks to her passion about the thoroughbred industry.
It's a big honor to be nominated for this. It was very humbling. You know, there's so many people out here working hard, so just to be recognized for all that, it's a great honor.
Her definition comes from her passion for the industry, her work ethic, and her devotion to her job. If Olivia won this award, the great thing about Olivia, it wouldn't change her.
Congratulations again. And our 2021 Newcomer Award goes to Olivia Detch.
Congratulations to Olivia and to all the finalists. Now we have our next award, which is new to the TIEAs this year, sponsored by I Am Horse Racing, the Support Services Award. This award recognizes an individual who works in any non-administrative support services role in the thoroughbred breeding or racing industry or any supporting sector within the thoroughbred breeding or racing industry. Must be a pivotal part of his or her employer's success, with a prize of $7,500 to the winner and $2,500 to their stable or farm. There's $2,500 to each runner-up and $2,500 to their stable or farm. And Donna Brothers of NBC Sports is going to help present this award today on behalf of I Am Horse Racing. As Donna makes her way to the stage, I have not had opportunity to meet any of the finalists, but I will say that when I visited Charlestown for the first time in many, many years this year, I was touted to go see one of our finalists, Brenda, in the track kitchen. They said it's a must-visit destination when you're in Charlestown. Donna?
Well, I think many of you are already familiar with I Am Horse Racing. It's an initiative that Christina Blacker and a lot of people on the West Coast started to put a face to horse racing so that we don't just look like a group of people, so that we have individual faces. And I think that there's no better sponsor for this because now we're getting to see a lot of the faces behind the scenes, and thank you all for coming to appreciate them.
Thank you, Donna. And now, as we ask the finalists to make their way up to the stage, we ask everyone else to turn their attention to the monitors and get a chance to meet Brenda and the rest of the finalists for this Support Services Award, which is presented by I Am Horse Racing.
My name is Brenda Wilhelm. I work at the Charlestown Kitchen, and I'm the operator of the kitchen. I kind of run the show over here. Mostly get here in the morning, fry the bacon, get the coffee going, turn the hood on so I can get everybody in, because you know when you turn the hood on, the bacon smells, the sausage, everything kind of goes out there. And that starts about 5 o'clock. We open at 6. And we run breakfast till we close at 12. And then I usually run to the store and get all my supplies. Then I come back and open it all up again for the 4 o'clock rush with all the specials.
She and her husband have been in the horse racing industry for decades. They go back to Shenandoah Downs before it was Charlestown Races.
My grandmother and grandfather owned the Shenandoah Downs kitchen. So it's kind of been in our in our blood to do this. And my mom was a cook, and she taught her kids how to cook. And cooking is my passion. And that's what I do for them. I cook. I'm a pretty good cook. They love my food, and they keep coming back for more. So, you know, me and my husband got in this 3 years ago. I recently lost my husband, September the 2nd, but I know he'd want me to push on and do this, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for him.
You know, COVID hit everybody hard, and these guys were struggling. And she'd see these guys coming in, not having 2 pennies to rub together, and she'd give them breakfast.
I love helping people. And around here, there's a lot of people to help. Something about horsemen, they are so appreciative of anything and everything you do for them. That makes you want to just keep doing for them.
I think after losing her husband, there have been challenges, and I think this is a boost that she needs to know that she's on the right track, and to know that all of the work she's done and all of the sacrifices they've made have been well worth it and well appreciated, because we appreciate all she does.
I'm David Kyle, and I work for Fasick Tipton. I had an older brother that worked here, and he got me a job, and I started in 1987. When I started on the maintenance crew, just general maintenance, doing whatever was required, and I've worked my way up. Now I'm the plant manager.
David's been an integral part of Fasick Tipton for over 25 years. He's our facilities manager here in Kentucky, but he also goes on the road and assists us at our sales at Gulfstream and at Saratoga. He's just one of a kind, always willing to go the extra mile for our consigners and for our customers. Always willing to go the extra mile for any of us here at Fasick Tipton, whatever we happen to need. He's loyal, he's dedicated, and I think David has an unbelievable work ethic. David treats this facility and all of our facilities like they're his home. I mean, he's got a 200-acre home here at Fasick Tipton in Kentucky, but I mean, he literally, this is his property, and he views it as such, and he takes care of it as such, and he wants to make everything look perfect. He wants everybody to have a great experience when they're here.
I like helping people when they get here and make sure the experience is smooth as possible. It's a great honor to be nominated once, but twice.
And hopefully he thinks that and I know he does, and that the rest of us at Fasick Tipton are huge fans of David Kyle, and it'd be a great honor for him to win. It's a great honor for him to be nominated and to receive the recognition that he richly deserves.
Just work hard and be ready for a lot of hours, and working with horses, you know, it takes a lot of your time. You give it all your time, and it's real rewarding to you.
My name is Catherine Todd Smith. I'm a horse identifier. An average day for me is responding to appointments that have already been made with my various clients or new clients who have foals to register, or racehorses that need corrections on their papers, or shippers who have called me from out of town who have horses coming here because Ocala is such an enormous training center, and I do their import IDs. And in the same manner, when they leave to go out of the country, I do their export IDs.
I've known Catherine for 15 years. She's guided me through a lot of rough spots. I find that she has what I see around town in many people. They get immersed in the horse business, and she's fully immersed.
The opportunity to meet the people and help them with their various challenges, and the opportunity to meet the horses and follow them through their careers, especially meeting them as foals and then watching how they develop and how they go on to the racetrack, is an enormous, enormous pleasure to me.
It's very difficult to work anonymously. When I say anonymously, people like me who have farms and who are in the business know her and respect her for what she does, but in the broader spectrum, I think she'd finally get the recognition that she's due.
I feel an enormous honor to have been nominated to this award. It's not only an enormous blessing to me to be recognized, but I think it challenges people around me who I meet to come up to their very best standard in what they provide to promote the industry.
Before I announce the winner, Katen announced earlier that I was part of the judging team. One of the hardest jobs I've ever done. Truly, they are all winners, but we did have to narrow it down to one. In this category, Brenda Wilhelm.
Our next award is the Administration Award, which is sponsored by Keeneland. Now, this award puts a spotlight on an individual who works in an administrative role in the thoroughbred breeding or racing industry or any supporting sector within the thoroughbred breeding and racing industry. That person must be a pivotal part of his or her employer's success. The prize is $7,500 to the winner, with $2,500 to their stable or farm. To the runners-up, $2,500 with $2,500 to their stable or farm. Now, this award, as I mentioned, is sponsored by Keeneland and has been named in honor of Catherine McKee, a longtime beloved Keeneland employee who sadly passed away just last year. And as I ask Keeneland's president, Shannon Arvon, to come up at this time, I'll also direct your attention to the monitors, and we'll show a tribute to Catherine, who truly was the glue that kept Keeneland's staff and racing operations, breeding operations running so smoothly.
I was really excited when I heard that there was going to be an award in Catherine's honor because she's so tremendously deserving of that. And her life was cut short too soon, and we all miss her every day around here.
She was a tremendous co-worker, friend, and she never met a stranger. She treated everyone exactly the same, very approachable.
She was such a class act, and she was, you know, basically all about Keeneland. I feel like I've known her my entire life. I mean, she just made you feel that way about her.
She was an amazing mother, she was an amazing daughter, and an amazing friend, and I always marveled at how she was able to fit everything into the day.
Catherine's work ethic was second to none. Since she's left us, there's not a race meet, a sale that goes past that we don't talk about how Catherine did things.
She always approached everything she took on with an appropriate sense of humor and humility and kindness. So the fact that her legacy can be memorialized through this award is really special.
What the award stands for and having it named in her honor, I think any person that gets nominated should be proud.
For the recipient of the award, I hope they will take some time to learn more about Catherine if they didn't know her and understand what a special person she is and what a tremendous honor it is to receive an award named after her.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is always a pleasure to think about Catherine and remember Catherine. She truly was one of a kind. She was a star. And some of her most fervent fan club is in the back, but the truth is everybody who interacted with Catherine loved Catherine. And she treated them with that same respect and love, whether it was the hot walker or the Queen of England. She really did treat them the same. And she loved Keeneland so much, and we talk about her all the time because she's such an example of what we strive to do. And we laugh all the time too, because she really had the best sense of humor. Whether it's a rainbow over Keeneland before opening day that happened, and we said, well, that was kind of a rough day. There's Catherine reminding us it's going to be all right. Or a wild turkey walking through the paddock before the spring meet, which actually happened also. We laugh and we say, that's Catherine. So it's really an honor to sponsor this award in her memory, and I now welcome the finalists up.
My name is Kelsey Marshall, and I'm Vice President of Partner Relations for Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners. 11 years ago, I had an opportunity to attend some Breeders' Cup races, and through my connections there, I was able to meet Aaron Wellman, and when he was working for Team Valor. And he was just getting ready to start Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, so he took a chance on me and hired me as his one and only employee as Partner Relations. Since then, it's been 10 years now, and I've been doing everything from partner relations to website work to admin work, office work, silks, jockey club papers, you name it, I do it.
Kelsey does it all. I always refer to her as the glue that keeps Eclipse together because she really has her fingers on everything that we do. And, you know, just her passion and devotion and dedication to our partners, to the business at large, and truthfully, you know, for the best interest of the industry beyond just what Eclipse does is really phenomenal, and just so proud to be associated with her.
I think one of the things I'm most proud of working for Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, besides the level of service I provide to our partners, is our Blue Moon Aftercare program. Being able to try to ensure all of our thoroughbred horses' safety after they have left our hands is hugely gratifying to me. And you know, all of the horses that I've helped place, this is the program that I'm most proud of. The advice that I would give to a young person wanting to be involved in the industry would just be to get out there, to start at a barn, work from the ground up, work hard, make lots of connections, and go for your dreams. Being nominated for this award is a huge honor to me. To be recognized by Aaron Wellman and my company and in the industry is just huge for me. And also to be able to have my name alongside two other amazing women in the business.
My name is Lori Johnson, and I am the Associate Registrar for the Jockey Club. My main function is to help people make sure the right horse is being sold, the right horse is racing. So if an identifier at a sale company or at a racetrack has a question about the identity of a horse, they will call me. And we'll look at photographs. I can get photographs to them. I answer phone calls, I process applications, I process corrections. We all do a little bit of everything. We have a great team.
So the biggest thing about Lori that I think anyone who works with her would say is, big or small, whatever problem you have, you know you can go to Lori, and if you don't get an answer or a solution, she can at least point you in the right direction. She has so many resources from her time at the Jockey Club and so much knowledge, and that's invaluable. It's always somebody that you want on your team.
What I have learned through the years is that the thoroughbred industry is almost like a giant family of people who all have a common love for animals. I think animal people in general, we just sort of all get along and we understand each other.
Well, I hope she feels conviction that what she's doing and what she's been doing, and I think what anyone who works with her knows she will continue doing, is, you know, putting in that effort regardless of recognition, just putting in that effort because it's the right thing to do, going out of her way to help people because it makes their lives easier. I hope that she sees that, you know, no matter how frustrating things have been, no matter how much maybe she feels like she's been over backwards, and I hope that that gives her the recognition and then the thanks that she deserves for everything she's done for everyone, every single one of us.
I was blown away. I was just blown away, honored, humbled. I just, you know, I think it's the nicest thing somebody's done for me in a long, long time.
My name is Sue Genny. I work for Herringswell Stables and I am the office manager. I started riding out while I was at school, then I went into stables and I did that for many years. Then I worked as secretary for a trainer for a couple of years. Did a lot of traveling in between, went back into racing again as a stable girl. I ended up working some really top people, so I was very lucky.
And Sue has worked for us for more than 20 years, I think now. And we can set our clock by her every single day. She arrives exactly on time. She leaves on time. That doesn't mean that she stops working because she's always available. Since we bought her a cell phone and taught her how to use it.
Every day is different. It's working with horses, as you can imagine. The main thing is we have a very comprehensive horse database, which has to be constantly updated with anything from blacksmith, veterinary, ownerships, training, silks, the entries and results, because they pass over to our website. When we have a winner, I write a little paragraph or so on the website. And the really cool thing about working in the barn is I'm talking about horses I know rather than just a horse. There's invoicing at the end of the month, of course, and then whatever gets thrown at you.
She's extremely thorough. She's extremely dependable. And she is thorough with the placing of all our horses. I mean, that would be almost one of her primary jobs, is placing all the horses that we have that retire. You know, she typically finds the perfect home for every single horse that leaves us, that goes on to a second career or just a retirement home. You know, it's her life's work that's being celebrated, and she deserves some recognition for all the stuff that she does, which is not just when she's at work, it's when she's not at work, you know, on the weekends and at night.
It's huge for me to be a finalist because I never in a million years thought I would be. Especially this year because it's the Catherine McKee Award, and I knew Catherine from when she very first started at Keeneland, and she was so helpful, and I got to know her pretty well. So apart from being nominated, it's cool this year that it's named after her.
All three clearly tremendous women. The winner of the first year's Catherine McKee Administration Award is Kelsey Marshall.
Before we get to this next award, which is the Dedication to Breeding Award, sponsored by Hallway Feeds, a couple remarks about a couple of the finalists. Firstly, Wayne Howard of Spendthrift Farm is another one of the individuals who you will learn a little bit more about in the upcoming video. But Wayne is a person that we've had contact with. TVG crews have been out at Spendthrift on numerous occasions and have taken advantage of Wayne's kindness and his hard work to help us with some of those video shoots. Many may be familiar with the work that he did with Lord Nelson, and that will be spotlighted in his vignette. Sadly, Lord Nelson did succumb to laminitis just a few days ago, and I know firsthand from the love and care that Wayne gave to Lord Nelson that not only extended his life, but his quality of life and time at Spendthrift. What a blow that must have been. So certainly our sympathies extended to Wayne on the loss of not only such a great horse, but also, I'm sure, a very dear friend. Also, one of our finalists, Calvin Smith, has been undergoing some health issues and is unable to be with us. That's the bad news, but the good news is that Calvin is out of the hospital, I'm told, so he is going to be able to be watching the proceedings, and in fact, hopefully is watching right now. But in his place, Gabriel Deigman, or I'm told Spider, is going to be filling in for him and participating as well. And we're very happy to have him, and also even more happy to hear that Calvin Smith of Runnymede is on the mend. But back to the finalists, the Dedication to Breeding Award, sponsored by Hallway Feeds, which showcases an individual who's worked a minimum of 10 years in the thoroughbred breeding industry and shown consistency, reliability, and a talent for thoroughbred breeding and horsemanship must be a pivotal part of his or her employer's success. The prize is $7,500 to the winner, $2,500 to their farm or division, $2,500 to each runner-up, and $2,500 as well to their farm or division. Hallway's Lee Hall is here today to help present the award. Lee, will you come up and join us?
Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings from our colleagues at Hallway Feeds. Just a few comments. First, I want to thank Godolphin, particularly Sheikh Mohammed and the team for allowing us to be a patron of this event this year. It's particularly satisfying and special to us when we have the opportunity to support an event of a longtime customer like Godolphin. Congratulations to all the nominees that are here today, but most particularly Calvin, Luis, and Wayne. You are most deserving representatives of all who make our game such a special and integral part of American life. Many blessings to all of you, and ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please watch the monitors.
I'm Calvin L. Smith, and I work for Bentley's here at the horse farm, and lots of fun delivering the babies. That's my specialty. And I've been doing it for 35 years over there and going on 5 years here. We work with the babies, picking their feet and grooming them and walking them in and out and make sure the mares get fed and everything gets done with them and stuff.
I've known Calvin for 40 years. I mean, you know, everyone knows Calvin in the area. He's, you know, you got Jordan in Chicago, Madonna in music, and Calvin in the broodmare industry in this part of the world. I mean, all you got to do is say Calvin. Everyone knows who you're talking about. It goes without saying. I mean, Calvin is Calvin. He's a gentle giant. You know, his integrity is beyond reproach. He loves his mares. He's committed to anything that he puts his mind to. He's an exemplary employee. I mean, if the world had more Calvins, wouldn't we all be fortunate? Honest, hardworking. You know, if Calvin's supposed to be here at 6, he's here at 5:30. If he's supposed to leave at 7, he leaves at 7:30. You know, nothing goes by him.
I don't think it matters if you do schooling or anything. I think you should just work with somebody that did it a long time. I think you're better off. That's how I learned how to foal and stuff.
I think it's just wonderful that they finally get recognition for all those years, 40 years of doing this, no matter what the weather. I mean, just, you know, how many people are as dedicated to a single cause as people like Calvin?
My name is Luis Coronado. 22 years ago, my uncle introduced me to the horse business. I was working in North Carolina, and he called me. He's like, it's an opportunity here in Kentucky if you want to work with horses. So I called my dad. I said, you want to try this job? It's with horses. I'll be there for a few months. And 22 years later, I'm here.
We met Luis probably 14 or 15 years ago when he worked for a neighboring farm, and so he came to work for us in early 2010. And it's been a dream ever since. I think we had 40 or 50 foaling mares. Now we have 120.
When I first started here, I was great assistant, and over the year, I'm taking more responsibility and I become a broodmare manager. I love foaling mares. I love to see the foals grow and make it to the races and say, wow, I foaled that mare. That baby was at our farm, and make me happy.
He's a natural leader. The guys kind of follow him and they listen to him, and Luis will do anything for this farm and for the horses. He's just so passionate about it. He comes in late at night to check on the foaling mares before he goes to bed. And if there's a problem through the night, he'll come back and check on the babies. If there's a problem at 3 in the morning, he's on it. He will jump out of bed in his pajamas in February and race to the farm. Luis is just excited to be even nominated and a finalist for this award. Just to be recognized as somebody in this industry who's contributed to the thoroughbred in Central Kentucky and North America.
It's an honor for me and a blessing to be here, really. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can, to be honest with you. And I'm so excited.
I'm Wayne Howard. I'm the stallion manager at Spendthrift Farm. I started mucking out stalls for Wingfield Digby in England and decided to go to college for 4 years to do an equine degree. And I moved to the United States in 1997, and I was lucky enough that Gainsborough employed me. From there, I went on to Mill Ridge Farm for a couple of years, Castleton Lions for 4 years with Malibu Moon, and been at Spendthrift now for 15 years. I mean, the most important thing is happy, healthy horses, and also the crew behind me. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing.
Well, Wayne came to Spendthrift in 2007, which actually was the year that we brought Malibu Moon here. Wayne is just a natural to come over here and head up our stallion division. It's been a great relationship.
The best part of my job is just being around the horses. I really enjoy actually just being on my own with them at night, walking around, just getting to know the different personalities.
The thing that has always impressed me most about Wayne is just that day in, day out dedication and the attention to detail, again, every single day with every single horse. One horse that maybe illustrates that best is Lord Nelson. Lord Nelson came to us already battling laminitis, and this was a long ordeal. And it was Wayne's attention to detail, his vigilance, working with everybody involved to get Lord Nelson through that, and the job that he did there was just magnificent. When we lost Malibu Moon, it gave us all a moment to sort of reflect, and Wayne's reaction to losing what was essentially an old friend. You really saw that it's his love for these horses. I think that's what keeps him ticking day in and day out.
I'm pretty humbled to be nominated for the Thoroughbred Industry Employee Awards. There's so many good people out there, and yeah, I mean, it's great to be noticed.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, put your hands together and join me in congratulating for the winner of the Dedication to Breeding Award, Mr. Calvin Smith.
As you heard, Calvin couldn't be here today due to health problems, but he asked me to say a few words on his behalf. I would like to thank everyone involved for granting me this award. To my fellow nominees, it is an honor to be considered alongside of you. I am humbled to be recognized for going to work and doing what I love. I've been so lucky to be a part of these amazing animals. I would like to thank my wife, Denise, for understanding all the lonely nights in this business. Without my family support, I could not have made this my life's work. Thank you so much. Congrats, Calvin.
Congrats, and wishing you well and good health going forward. We hope to see you back in full swing very, very soon. Our next award is the Leadership Award. Haggard Equine Medical Institute is the sponsor, which the Leadership Award focuses on individuals in a leadership role. They serve in a managerial or supervisory role with more than 2 employees and display exceptional leadership qualities, particularly in terms of motivating, mentoring, and supporting colleagues in the workplace. The prize is $7,500 to the winner, $2,500 to the farm or division or stable. For the runners-up, $2,500 with $2,500 to their farm, division, or stable. I thought it was interesting that though the finalists are all very similar in that they all work for farms, very different in terms of their experiences and also the teams of people that they work for and that they were nominated by. but all of them certainly come with the strong leadership abilities and the ability to get people behind them and to work as a team to advance the cause for their respective farms. And having been around the farms, I know that that oftentimes cannot be an easy task with so many people coming from so many different wakes of life, but in all senses, it seems that they have succeeded and succeeded in a very big way. We'd like to invite Dr. Luke Fallon to the stage of Haggard Equine Medical Institute. Actually, Dr. Ernie Martinez from Haggard.
Thank you very much. Dr. Fallon has big shoes to fill. I'll see if I can do my best. We're very honored to be given the opportunity to sponsor the Leadership Award. A big part of leadership is the mentorship and the growing up and the raising up of young talent in our industry. As we like to do in our hospital, these three nominees have done a great job in their respective areas. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our nominees.
My name is Billy Sellers. I work at Lane's Inn Farm. I'm in charge of the stallion division and running the breeding shed, so I'm responsible for the daily health and well-being of the 20 stallions in residence here and also the 2 pensioners we have here. I'm also responsible for a crew of 10 people, and we also breed about 2,000 mares over the course of the breeding season.
If you could design somebody for this job, you would come up with Billy Sellers, I think. He's always very even-tempered, relaxed around the horses and around the other guys, and was always a tremendous role model for all the guys in the breeding shed and over here at the stallion complex. So Billy's always loved his job and always loved the horses that he worked with and the people that he's worked with. He's always been willing to help out in other areas, whether it be sales or he's been important to a lot of different aspects of Lane's Inn, but no more so than what he's done over here at the stallion.
Well, I think if you want to get in the thoroughbred business, then jump in with both feet. Don't be deterred by the work, the long hours. Just get involved and find your way, find a path that's best for you, and do everything you can to reach that goal. Just work every day toward that goal, and I think the chances of success are pretty high. Just going in knowing that it's a tough business. It's not for everyone, but if you love horses and you love what you do every day, then it's a lot easier.
Recognition from other people means a lot to anyone, and Billy's certainly, in our mind, certainly deserving.
It will reinforce to me what I've told people for a long time, that if you do a good job and you try to do the right thing every day and you get up and you go to work, that someday somebody will notice and it'll be worth doing. And even when you think maybe that nobody's cares what you do, or maybe nobody really appreciates everything you do, there is somebody out there that does. It means a great deal to me.
My name is Joe Littrell, and I work at Stone Farm. I'm the farm manager. I grew up on my parents' farm, Viking stud. Started when I was 12 years old and just never wanted to do anything else. We stayed open till 2010, and we just decided the family farm needed to close, and that's when I got the opportunity to come work for Mr. Hancock here at Stone Farm. Day to day, we bring in all the horses and just give everybody a thorough check over, and certain ones get medications, we doctor them, and just work with the vets and the blacksmiths on a routine basis, and just make sure everybody's healthy and thriving, and couldn't think of anything else better to do than work with horses. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Joey came here in 2010 as assistant broodmare manager, and he'd worked in horses all his life, and just a huge asset to the farm, to get him here. And he's one of the best horsemen I've ever been around. I think he just loves horses and loves the lifestyle. He's a wonderful family man, and he cares about the horses and about his family.
we need younger people in the business. It's not a 9-to-5 position. In the foaling season, weather's not always conducive. It's cold, you're out in the middle of the night. Each horse needs their individual care, and you know, if you work hard and you do what's right by them, usually they're going to do right by you.
He's a great mentor to a younger person. We've had the Keeneland students, you know, and he's taken them under his wing, and by the time they leave here, you know, they're pretty darn good horsemen.
I don't know, it just kind of shocked me that, you know, I was nominated, and I really appreciate that they thought I deserved to be nominated, so it was really cool.
I'm Robert Turner. I work for Stone Street Farms. Been here 13 years, and I'm the yearling manager. You know, I've managed Mulholland Springs for 7 years. I did foals, mares, yearlings, did it all. Batwing, weed eat, done everything. Show up in the morning and generally watch everything in my barn up here, which is barn 4. Watch them come in, and then I'll go around and check all the barns and just see what we need to doctor. If we need a vet or something, you know, something that we can't treat ourselves, we'll call the vet. And just mainly just keeping things, you know, fit. And of course, we got walkers that we put horses in to exercise and exercise them in the mornings and spray them off when they come off the walker. In the afternoons, we'll brush them and whatnot. And just mainly maintaining things, you know, trying to keep the peace with employees and stuff. It's a different picture here every morning you get up when you just see the beauty, you know. To me, the morning's the best part of the day. It started something new.
Robert came to us about 13 years ago. He was highly regarded in his last position, and we really needed to step up our game with our yearlings. So we hired Robert, and it was the best decision we have made in quite some time. He's the heart and soul of our yearling operation. He's scrupulously honest and forthright, has great integrity, but he's also a great horseman. He wants to raise the best horse, the sales topper, the best racehorse. So I think that motivates him. He's a great mentor, he's a great leader, and he's had a solid team, and he develops them and shows them the right way to do things.
And it's like I tell young people all the time, treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, whatever it's work or play or whatever, you know, you'll do fine in life. And don't ever ask nobody to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. I think it's great to be amongst the peers, you know. It's really a big honor.
Three excellent candidates for the Leadership Award. This year, the 2021 Leadership Award goes to Robert Turner.
Next year, I may have to nominate for these awards the crew that's working all the cameras, because I jumped out of line in the order of the awards, and they have scrambled to keep up with me and made it seamless. So many thanks to them for keeping up with me. Our next award is the Dedication to Racing Award, sponsored by the NTRA, the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Now, the Dedication to Racing Award probably needs no explanation, but the individual will have worked a minimum of 10 years in thoroughbred racing and shown consistency, reliability, and a talent for horsemanship. But I think that just scratches the surface, especially when you think of the finalists, who we'll get to know a little bit more about in just a moment. But I do know 2 of the 3 finalists. In this case, 2 of them are assistant trainers, and I think when you think of assistant trainers, you really do think of dedication for any assistant trainers. Tessa and Larita. Larita in particular worked as a trainer before she was an assistant trainer, and that takes dedication for sure. But I think in terms of assistant trainers, it just scratches the surface to say that they're assistants to the trainer. They are pretty much a jack of all trades. At any given time, they will also be grooms, hot walkers, night watchmen, or any other position you can think of in the shed row. They are also playing shepherds to the media at any given time, and I have undying respect and also much appreciation to Tessa, to Larita, and to all the assistant trainers and those who we generally work with even more than the trainers amongst the TV folks as far as asking for requests around the barn area, getting video and interviews and getting information about the horses. So many, many thanks and congratulations to all the finalists. As always, they must be a pivotal part of his or her employer's success. The prize, $7,500 to the winner, $2,500 to their stable, $2,500 to the runner-up with $2,500 to the stable. Joining us, the NTRA's Chief Operating Officer, Keith Chamblin. So Keith, please come to the podium.
Thank you, Caton. The NTRA is very, very proud to be part of this award ceremony today, and I want to thank the other sponsoring organizations for their support, and also Godolphin for bringing these awards to the United States. These three individuals, I want to invite them to the stage right now if they make their way up. They represent the nearly 500,000 people who make a living in thoroughbred racing, and they're all winners, every single one of them. They're not unsung heroes. They're the heroes of our game, and here are the nominees.
My name is Ben Betts, and I previously have worked for the Ocala Jockey Club. We've had some champions.
He's retired now since we sold the farm, but when he worked for us, he kind of doubled as the training manager and as well as the farm manager. But Benny started riding basically as soon as he could walk. He's cut from the old cloth. His father was a horseman.
I have a profound love for the animal. I've been accused of caring more for the thoroughbred racehorse than my fellow human beings, which is a bit exaggerated, but there's a bit of truth to it as well. I felt that if horses could talk to me the way we communicate, it wouldn't have been half as much fun. So over the past 70 years, I've worked my hardest at developing that intuition, and to be able to look at a horse and know what he's saying to me on a daily basis. And I've never met a horse that didn't want to do his best for me. And I feel very fortunate and honored that I decided to take this on as a challenge and a career. But as far as the training aspect of it goes, it's a 24/7. And your heart has better be in it, because there's a lot easier ways to make more money. But there's not any better way to get self-satisfaction and self-gratitude within yourself.
What Benny brings to the table is just such an incredible amount of dedication and loyalty and horsemanship. And he would absolutely, no matter what, always put the horse first against anybody. We just appreciate that and would love to see more of that being modeled for our future generations.
My name is Larita Lindemann. I'm a former trainer, and now I'm an assistant for Joe Sharp Racing. I do everything but ride, obviously. 4:30 every morning, come in, check legs, any kind of oral medications that need to be done, and we start training at 5:30. I'm a barn rat, here 24 hours a day. I decided to get Mikey, the Belmont barn goat, because we never really had one that stayed at Belmont. Joe always took them with them to Kentucky, to fairgrounds, wherever, so Mike is the newest addition, and he's a hit.
I've known Larita for about a year, and I just met her through the racetrack.
I think Loretta has one of the best work ethics I've come across. She's so hardworking. Every aspect, she's done it. She really cares about her people. She really cares about the animals, whether it's the horses or her goat or the dogs. All of them, she just puts so much time and effort into it without wanting anything back. She's just so selfless, and I wanted her to get some recognition for that because it's well-deserved and long overdue for her.
I met Michael Blowen years ago at Suffolk Downs when I was actually training. He was a movie critic, and he saw my passion for the horses, I saw his, and we ended up having a connection. We worked for the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation together and just started being these huge advocates for retirement. It was amazing. I met some great people there.
She takes time out of her personal time to get horses down to Kentucky, retirement horses, or wherever they need to be so that they have a safe second home and a safe haven. I think that's what motivates her is having this sense of community and being able to work with these hardworking people and animals every day. Loretta is such a humble person, so winning this award would just be so wonderful for her.
My name's Tessa Bichet, and I'm an assistant trainer for Brad Cox Racing. When I was young, my dad used to take me to Long Acres, and I became hooked on horse racing and obviously was born with a love of horses.
Tessa's very good at what she does. You know, she started working for Brad around 5 years ago when the string was around 40. Obviously, that's since grown to almost 100, 115 horses this past spring and summer, which is no easy task. Not many assistants in the country have those numbers, and she does it so well.
So I get here pretty early in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we get everything organized for that day's training. I'm observing the horses, taking in what they're doing, how they're handling the tasks we've given them that day, and I'm communicating with the riders, the grooms, the hot walkers, and my foreman. If I could pick one thing that I do love the most, it would be watching these young horses develop, watching them come in and have very little understanding of their purpose in life, and then watching them be able to start to grasp the concept of what they're really going to be doing is very rewarding. We've had a lot of really good horses come through the door since I've been here, and that's been really fun.
She's doing 1,000,001 things every morning. No 2 days are ever the same, and she's right there in the trenches with you. There's nothing that she'll ask you to do that she hasn't done herself or she's not prepared to do. And she just genuinely loves the horse, and she gets so much joy out of seeing these 2-year-olds or these horses coming back from injury or layup develop. And not only does she teach the horses, she really gets enjoyment out of teaching people as well. She's always looking for ways to improve and looking back on her performance, whether it's how she's managing people, how she's bringing a young horse along, and thinking about how she can do it better. It's like she's out here 365 days a year, 7 days a week, in the barn at 5 in the morning, rain, hail, shine. And like I said, it's not an easy job, and I think to get that recognition means the world.
And the winner of the Dedication to Racing Award, Loretta Lindemann.
Our final award is the Community Award, sponsored by Churchill Downs, recognizing those who've demonstrated an outstanding contribution to the thoroughbred industry, and in particular to the greater good of the sport. Now, this could include those who support the breeding and racing staff or have made an outstanding contribution to the wider thoroughbred community. Nominees do not need to be directly employed in the thoroughbred industry. The prize is $7,500 to the winner, $2,500 to the charity of their choice, $2,500 to the runners-up. Adding new meaning to this award this year is that the award is now named in honor of the late Dr. J. David Doc Richardson, who sadly just recently passed away. Churchill Downs President Mike Anderson perhaps said it best when he commented, "Dr. Richardson positively impacted the lives of countless individuals and meant so much to so many people in the community, as well as the horse racing industry. Please direct your attention to the monitors for a very special tribute to Doc Richardson.
Medicine and horse racing, I mean, he was a titan in both. I don't know anybody that's affected so many people in two different fields like this.
Doc had a good eye for horses too. Loved to win a race. Who doesn't? Had a mare named Ms. Revere, and it seemed like we were in the director's room every other week.
Churchill Downs decided to name a stake race in her honor. She was such a prolific race mare, and it turned into be the Mrs. Revere Stakes. Dr. Richardson, he and Dr. Polkwood presented the trophy every year for that race, named after their great race mare.
You know, I won my first stakes race here this spring. Thank the good Lord I was able to do it for Doc. We weren't necessarily supposed to win that race. We were a big price. We knew we were taking a shot.
4 of them streaking to the wire together. It's going to be close. Here's the wire. Lady Edith got there.
We're in the winner's circle. I gave him a hug and I said, "We did it, Doc." And he said, No, you did it, Tommy. And that was him. You know, he always kind of gave the credit to those around him. You know, I think that was God giving Doc his one last stakes win at Churchill. It truly meant the world to him that day.
He also took care of lots of people in the barn area that, you know, people don't even know about. Hot walkers, grooms, exercise riders.
For him, it wasn't just as simple as writing a prescription. He would not only help them, but he always took that extra step to go above and beyond that most people wouldn't.
My granddad used to say, judge people by how they treat people who can't do anything for them. And that was him.
He treated all people the same. I mean, think about this. He was a pillar in the medical community and in horse racing, juggling everything with 2 major industries, and he did it, you know, flawlessly and gracefully, and you'd never know how busy he was because he always had time, and it was effortless for him. He's a tremendous human being.
He would put people in situations to succeed, and then he would step back and enjoy watching them and, you know, in the moment.
He was just a major influence on a lot of lives, and very much so with me. Humanitarian. Just the one word. That was him.
A gentleman. He was a real gentleman.
I don't know that the horse industry is ever going to find a replacement for him. I just can't imagine anyone can fill those shoes. If the world had more Dr. Richardsons in it, it would certainly be a better place. Just miss him.
Countless numbers of people were helped by Doc, got a prescription or got sent or recommended to services in health, myself included. He was community personified. It is appropriate that this award is named in his honor, and the Doc Richardson Community Award presented by Churchill Downs. We would like to invite Mike Ziegler to the stage. Mike is Senior VP and General Manager and Executive Director Racing at Churchill Downs. Mike.
Thank you, Caton. Thank you, Godolphin, for hosting these awards, for facilitating these awards, and it really goes without saying that it's an honor to sponsor this award in Doc's name. These awards, the honorees, and the people that the honorees represent really do embody what Doc was all about, and that is, you know, taking care of the people that take care of us, take care of the horses at the farms and on the backstretch. So it's an honor to present this community award in Doc's name in perpetuity. So every year at this event, we can think about Doc and all he did for all of us. To you, Caton. Thank you.
Don't go far, you'll have to present. But we are going to direct your attention to the monitors for a short video on Community Award runner-up Diana Pinones.
My name is Diana Pinones, and I work for the Maryland Thoroughbred Horsemen Association. I work as administrative assistant, but I help a lot of people with more than that. My dad worked in the backside for more than 20 years, and my mom worked in the backside for more than 20 years. So I started going in the backside since a teenager, and that's how I got involved in the racing industry. Oh, I do a lot of stuff. I help people with medical conditions because we have a medical office. I help them get Medicare. I do more than just sitting in the office. I actually walk barns, help people translate, help them get appointments, help them with Medicaid and stuff like that.
Diana's been here over a decade now. You know, we both came on board with the MTHA right at the same time, and we grew up together in this business, and we learned the business together. So we've been a team since the beginning, so for over 10 years. One of the biggest accomplishments that we've had in the 10 years that we've been here has been the development of what we call the Horseman's Health System. And that was something that, you know, Diana and I developed together. I mean, I think her life goal, she always wanted to be a nurse, and she's still studying to be a nurse right now.
The average day, well, there's not actually average day. I'm available every single day for everyone. I think it's important to have communication with every single Backtouch employee, making sure they know that I'm here to help them out.
You know, there was one particular instance where Diana got a phone call at 3 in the morning, and if it wasn't for her quick action and working with the doctors for the Horseman's Health System, that this one Backtouch worker would have lost his life. And, you know, Diana had actually saved people's lives by her dedication to, you know, to our workers.
And now up next on the monitors, a short video on our Community Award winner, Nick Karras. Sorry about that. Diana Pinones, runner-up. And now, Nick Karras' video.
My name is Nick Karras. I've worked on the grounds of New York Racing Association since 1979, started in the parking lots. In 1991, I moved to the backstretch as a community liaison for the New York Thoroughbred Horsemen Association and New York Racetrack Chaplaincy of America to the present day. Saratoga is open 6 months out of the year, so there's backstretch personnel up there and families, same thing here at Belmont. So at any given time, just on the grounds, could be between the 3 facilities, over 1,500 people. And while we don't touch on everybody, the availability of us to them is there, and you never know what situation might arise where the person needs some help.
I know him for about 20 years, and he has been a delight, not only as a friend, not only as a brother in Christ, but also as a mentor to many, the youth within our industry. He is a 24/7, 7 days a week type of ethic, and obviously an ethic that we so many within the industry are accustomed. So we appreciate everything that he does for the industry here in New York, whether it's a need too small or too large. Nick has always managed to be there and assist many within the New York racing circuit. He's looking to make sure that everybody is well taken care of, whether it's through the past 18 months or the past 30-something years that he's been serving within the horse racing industry.
This award means a lot to me, and so does the thank you from just that person on a daily basis of something you've done for them and you didn't even realize that it affected them the way it did.
Please help me congratulate Nicholas, the winner of the Dr. J. David Doc Richardson Community Award.
afternoon, everybody. I am choked up, but that's not why I'm speaking like this. So I just asked for an opportunity to speak for a minute. Everybody in this room has some kind of affiliation with Thoroughbred racing. From my perspective, from Diana's perspective, on what we do with the backstretch community, I just encourage, some of you do it already, so it might not be directed at you, but we're all in the paddock, in the winner's circle, in the stable during the day, in the mornings. When you have that opportunity, please, to make eye contact with that unbelievable community, working with the horses, so dedicated, a smile, a pat on the back. You can't imagine how far that goes to somebody who sometimes get overlooked by many people. Many times they're here in America without their family. That little smile, encouragement goes a long way. Thank you all. Thank you, Godolphin, and everybody who put this together with excellence. I only got in last night, but treated like a king while I was here. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Nick. Congratulations, Diana, and congratulations to everyone here, the finalists in particular, and all of those who participated in the program, both those who nominated and the nominees. It's quite an event, and most especially, many thanks to the sponsors and to Godolphin. A heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this event possible and continues to make it possible every year. Those men and women who continue to make this operation, to make this industry vibrant and growing and continuing on. Stay tuned for more information for the 2022 edition of the Thoroughbred Industry Employee Awards. My thanks to all of you for your attention, to Steve for participating with us this afternoon. I wish everyone the best of luck and enjoy the rest of the day. Maybe Mother Nature didn't cooperate, but I thought the spirits were bright inside this room. It was a wonderful day and my honor to be with you today. I leave you with this thought: if whatsoever things are pure and beautiful, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Enjoy the afternoon, everyone, and thank you.